Dances are algorithms. They're problems to be solved. You say, how do I show this thing with this person's body? That's a problem, like a math problem. How does X equal Y? I guess my life as a computer scientist and dance, they may not seem the same, but arts and science are not as disparate as people believe. And so there's lots of connections between what I used to do and what I do now. A strong work for me is something that moves me emotionally. A great piece of work gives you this sense of amazement, this sense of awe. I'll choreograph with the dancers and I'll say, I'm not feeling it. Sometimes that means we have to sit down and talk about the intention. You know, why are we doing this movement? And believe it or not, every movement has a meaning and a purpose. I come from a ballet and a Horton-based background. Horton is very balletic in terms of modern techniques. And those techniques resonate with me because A, they're physically and mentally challenging, and they show power and strength, and they can also show softness. I've really been creating dance and producing shows since I was 8. Starting with the Christmas holiday shows in my basement throughout college, but I still kept telling myself, no, you could never make a living at this. And then my father became ill with cancer. As I went to visit him, we found out he wanted to be a doctor, and my dad had always been a postal clerk. And we were all shocked, like, what? That moment made me realize that I don't want to be at death's door telling my children I wish I had tried, even if I fail. So that was the real impetus for me starting the company and deciding to choreograph.
Her work has become much deeper over time. I think she has really had the time and the inclination to explore. With the piece, The Secret of Slave Songs, I went to that concert and I thought, oh my goodness, here we go. This is on a different level. Since then, I have not had as much to say about, well, think about this or think about that. No, she's thought about it. She really bloomed at that point. And also to come to the place where her company has chosen to work with a McKnight choreographer. That's terrific.
Salia Sanou is the McKnight International Choreographer for 2017. We are co-hosting him with the McKnight Foundation. He has his own dance company. He choreographs and he tours all across Europe, and he's just a wonderful human being.
Bien, on commence par le premier tableau.
Okay. Shall we begin with the first tableau?
Donc je pensais à un truc comme ça.
So I was thinking something like this.
Voilà.
Salia's work touched me viscerally. Whenever you get to see another choreographer's process, it's always informative and energizing and makes me want to do better. I've seen so much growth in the dancers just from the month that he's been here. I've seen them move in ways that I would have never thought about.
La démarche ici, c'est la même démarche que j'ai partout quand je crée, même quand je crée au Burkina Faso. C'est la même démarche, c'est le même processus pour moi qui est important. Je pars de quoi? Je pars de quelle histoire? L'intuition, le sentiment, le ressenti est pour moi le premier moteur. En venant ici, qu'est-ce que je viens faire?
There were no parameters. You can create a work about whatever you want. His work is called Be Still Standing, which is his idea that all of the good people in the world have to still stand up and still fight despite everything that's going on in the world, which was really surprising given my piece was about chaos. Uncertain Reality is a piece that I've created about chaos. Especially now, I feel that the world is feeling extremely chaotic. And chaos theory asks, is it the chicken or the egg, right? Are the moments of chaos intermittent moments between times of calm, or is chaos the natural state of things? The piece looks at how we humans try to control chaos, what that does to us if we perceived chaos as not this threatening thing, but understood that it's a natural cyclical entity, that we might be better off, we wouldn't have these power struggles that we have, where we try to control others because it makes us feel less chaotic. Throughout this whole rehearsal process, you know, I've allowed chaos in, which is very difficult for me as a mathematician. You know, in terms of casting the dancers, I usually put a lot of thought into who's in dance ABC. I just randomly assigned. I want my audiences for every show to learn something. My hope is that they may leave knowing that chaos is part of who we are, and maybe they'll accept that this is just part of life as opposed to resisting. Over the 6 years that we've been performing, I clung to this idea that you can't be afraid. And even if you fail, you've succeeded because you've overcome the fear of doing that thing that you've always dreamt of doing, that you maybe felt like, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, because you can always learn. I mean, I'm constantly learning still about choreography every day.